for the protection of Seemandhra people, we are committed towards their protection. We will stand with them, and that is why in that note we have proposed that the Seemandhra people should be given protection under Article 29 of our Constitution. That is, they should be treated as linguistic minorities. The State Minorities Commission of Telangana should include the Seemandhra people as linguistic minorities. That is the constitutional safeguard which we are proposing for those people. And as far as another proposal which we have made is that let both the chief ministers, both the opposition leaders from both the states sit down and decide which IPS officer should be put in Hyderabad or surrounding. That is a reasonable thing which can be done. But taking away the right and making the governor the responsible person, no, that is not right. I would say that any politician of Telangana from Congress party who is aspiring to become chief minister, if you have any integrity left, if you have any self-esteem towards that region, oppose this move. Don't be selfish that only you want to become chief minister. That is why we are going to barter. They don't have a right to barter about Hyderabad. You don't have a right to talk about Hyderabad. You don't have any political interest in Hyderabad. You cannot decide my future. You cannot be master of my destiny. If that is the case, then Nalgonda also, Karimnagar, Nizamabad, Khammam, everyone, let it not be taken by Government of India. Another third point in that argument, we are opposing this common capital issue. No, we don't want a common capital. Why common capital? Let Hyderabad Mandal be called as a working or interim capital. That Hyderabad Mandal area or the Hyderabad Assembly Constituency or Jubilee Assembly Constituency be called an interim or a working capital. And if and when the reorganization bill is brought in Parliament, it is the duty of the Government of India that they must say in that bill which is going to be the capital of the residuary state of Andhra Pradesh. They must say that clearly. If Government of India sits over there and decides 10 years, then they can decide this also. What will be the capital of residuary state? And union ministers like Mr. Chiranjeevi, like Mr. Kanse Sahab, wo jo Karnataka ki MP ban gaye, J.D. Seelam. These people are saying no for the safety of this area. Then I would say, tomorrow if a Telangana state comes into existence, we need to import and export. I would tell the BPCC president, let him be ready to make Vizag a union territory, Kakinada also union territory, because import and export has to be done. Our Hindu brothers from Telangana would like to go to Tirupati for their security. Let Tirupati also be made union territory. Can this argument be accepted? If this argument cannot be accepted, then my argument has a point. Because tomorrow, from Kakinada, from Visakhapatnam, import-export has to happen. Telangana will be a landlocked area. And these people who want to become chief minister, हम उर्दू में बोलते हैं दूल्हा बनने को तैयार हैं उनको, खाली घोड़े पे बैठ के तलवार हाथ में लेके नाचने तैयार हैं, इनको कोई फिक्र नहीं हैदराबाद के और तेलंगाना के लोगों. These are the arguments on which we are opposing law and order, revenue and municipal administration and this concept of joint capital. Let it be called an interim working capital of Hyderabad Mandal. The same respect can be given to the chief minister of that residuary state. We can create a mechanism. But why is it that the Government of India wants to take over law and order? Why is it the Government of India wants to ensure that the High Court of residuary state remains over here? These are the points which we have highlighted. Now coming to the second question of the geographical area, MIM has proposed that Royal Telangana, it doesn't look it will happen, which we have given to Sri Krishna Committee. That is why we are proposing that in the interest of justice, Anantapur and Kurnool should be added to the state of Telangana. It is in the interest of justice. Justice demands that Anantapur and Kurnool should be added to Telangana. And because Anantapur has the most backward parameters for socio-economic development. And I am of the opinion, our party is of the opinion, if bifurcation happens, the worst sufferers will be Rayalaseema region. You cannot deny that. That will be the worst sufferers. And I can understand the angst of Mr. Naidu, Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy and Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, because they represent from Rayalaseema. I can understand their angst. If Anantapur and Kurnool are added to state of Telangana, we will be solving the water issue. If we don't add them, then we will have water wars. Water issue will be solved. This claim of Hyderabad, this so-called claim of Hyderabad will be, it will come down. Thirdly, the Rajdhani state of Andhra Pradesh can form their capital in coastal Andhra. That also they will be free to do that. So we have proposed that Kurnool and Anantapur should be added to the state of Telangana. And it should be, if a bifurcation happens, in inverted commas I am saying, if it happens, then 10 plus 2 should be added. Common capital, as I said, is misconceived, and UT is misconceived. All those things I have mentioned to you. And then another issue is about law and order, also I have mentioned to you in terms of reference. Yes, now we come to MIM has proposed that Pranahita Chivadla should also be given a national status. Pranahita Chivadla should also be given national status because we have mentioned in that note, I don't want to go into the details, the requirement of drinking water for Hyderabad in the next 15-20 years is going to be very high. So even after the phase 3 of Krishna is covered, we will not be providing the demand that is there. Singareni collieries, we have proposed that the state of Telangana should be the joint owner along with Government of India. Regarding power, terms of reference number 7, power supply in Hyderabad, MIM party has proposed to the Government of India that a special power project for the city of Hyderabad should be given under public-private partnership, and also to sanction 2 ultra-mega power projects of 4,000 megawatt for Hyderabad. Now, we have also given Hyderabad economic profile, and we have also talked about all these, the revenue that is coming. Now, coming to distribution of assets and liabilities, MIM party says that the present AP Bhavan in New Delhi and was given in lieu of Hyderabad House. Hyderabad House was built by the Nizam, and because of Hyderabad House was taken by Government of India, AP Bhavan was given and a vacant land was given. So this present AP Bhavan and that land has to come to the new state, because these are the assets which were there before the new state came into existence. So you cannot say that a Rajdhani state has a right over it, because these were there before Andhra Pradesh was formed. Now, distribution of employees on terms of reference number 9, that also we have talked about. I told you about Public Service Commission immediately should come into existence for the new state. Now, as far as 371D is concerned, I would like to request you that we have given a legal opinion wherein the esteemed lawyer Mr. Niranjan Reddy in his opinion says that for 371D you do not require a constitutional amendment, because in his wisdom, in his knowledge of law, which I have high respect for him, and that is why we have taken his opinion, he says, and which I also concur, that when Meghalaya was formed, 371 was not amended. Assam had that special provision. When state of Maharashtra and Gujarat came into existence, 21(2) was not touched. So I feel that this argument that it will lead to constitutional amendment is a specious argument. It does not hold any water. Now, let me conclude by once again addressing the concerns of Muslims.